can. Sorry. It's going to be tight. I'm leaving in 5. When I'm talking. Red, no talking. Green, talking. You got it. Look at you. See, not only that. Sorry.
Good afternoon, honored guests, and welcome to the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television's 2023 Commencement Ceremony. Please note that any photography must be done from your seat. Access aisles must be kept clear for safety purposes. Also, take a moment to locate the nearest emergency exit. Please be respectful of the ceremony by turning off your cell phones and refrain from creating any interruptions. Welcome, honored guests, to the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television's 2023 commencement ceremony. Please rise for the academic procession of distinguished guests, faculty, and the graduating class of 2023. Honored guests, the graduating class of 2023. Please stand once again and join us in the singing of the national anthem. Leading us will be Julia Prudencio.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, and please be seated. Honored guests, the Dean of the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television, Brian Kite.
Yeah. Well, it is nice to be together. Most of you in this graduating class were together, then not together, then together again, then not together, and then finally together, but in a profoundly changed way. So we have learned that being together is not a given. It is something special, something to be cared for, and certainly something to be celebrated. Much of the work of our graduates today depends on togetherness. It turns out we must treasure togetherness, community, belonging, connecting. Your journey was extraordinary, and your tenacity was extreme. And today there is no question, here we are together. I don't know, I shouldn't have paused there because now I have like an applause line in a second. I'm going to still try to make it work. You got here, you made it happen, class of 2023. Okay. Totally worked. Note to self. I want to express my immense pride in being part of this celebration of your achievements. Your triumphs belong to our entire community, and they have not come without great challenges. These accomplishments are the results of time and energy, dedication and passion. Your commitment to your education has led you to this significant milestone, and I am sincerely honored to share it with you. We all are. Remember, you are graduates, or soon to be, graduates of the top-ranked public university in the country, and your presence at this moment serves as an inspiration. You have worked hard. You've learned to back up a truck while checking out equipment. You've learned how to swiftly summon saliva after swiping a Bruin card at a COVID vending machine. You've convinced yourself that the candy we get with our COVID tests at those machines is tasty. I assure you, it is not. You persisted when facing the distractions of home life and choppy internet connections for your Zoom classroom. You learned how to turn off your camera, actively message your friends, make a sandwich, and be in class all at the same time. You wish ChatGPT came just a little sooner, though? Now that I'm thinking of, like, the hacks. Some booze? Some ChatGPT booze? I didn't know I was wading into... You made new friends, perhaps you met a kindred collaborator, and your journey with them is just beginning. She met one friend. Part of being a TFT student is the relationships you build with your cohort, your soon-to-be colleagues. Those relationships are based on the experiences you have shared together as a group. It has been an incredibly unusual and most likely difficult journey. But here you sit, determined to not stop any of the work. You must not. You cannot. Our hope lies in these struggles. This is the time that graduates of a School of Theater, Film, and Television are most desperately needed. To tell our stories, to explore our fears and joys, and to understand our shared humanity. You've been guided by your world-class faculty. You've been supported by our terrific staff. You've been lifted up by your family, by your friends. You have focused on your studies, and you have created moments that matter. You've begun to learn who you are as an artist, as a scholar, as a human being. We're in an incredible place today. UCLA, one of the original buildings of UCLA. When they built it, they knew it was going to be important to be together. There have been 100 years of UCLA graduates before you, more than 100. But I am quite sure the journey that you have been on in your time here at UCLA has been particularly unique and astonishing. Class of 2023, you will forever be connected by your time here together. Be proud. You did it. Go Bruins. Now we wish to congratulate and recognize our 4 Chancellor's Marshals. Calm down. They are wearing the blue and gold fourragères on their shoulders and led today's procession. These students have earned the highest grade point averages in each department among the undergraduate class of 2023. Will each marshal stand as I call their name? From the Department of Film, Television, and Digital Media, we have students Gigi Copeland, and Emmett Abrams. They are joined by Department of Theater students Sarah Louise Ensminger and Sabrina May Harris. I'm now very pleased to introduce Gigi Copeland, the Department of Film, Television, and Digital Media's speaker for the class of 2023.
Hello, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2023. I applaud all of the creative minds in this room who undoubtedly put their heart and soul into their degree, probably experienced burnout at some point in their academic journeys, but persisted nonetheless in order to be here today. I have so many fond memories from my time at UCLA, and all of them happened after I transferred into the School of Theater, Film, and Television. Some of my favorite nights were spent on set or in class laughing and making art with my amazingly talented cohort, or nights spent going to theater productions put on by my dedicated peers on the other side of the aisle. My journey in the School of Theater, Film, and Television began with some apprehension. I wasn't sure how, as a transfer, I might be treated. I also, like everyone, had to watch a daunting 5-hour-long training video on the dangers of filmmaking. And nothing gets you excited about being on set like having every single way a crew member could possibly be critically injured just listed out for you. But safety is incredibly important, and getting the perfect shot will never be worth your life, so make smart decisions. I had nothing to worry about peer-wise, because I was welcomed with open arms, unwavering support, and endless encouragement from both classmates and professors. I have been so inspired by every single person in this room graduating today and those who have graduated before us. You're all on the horizon of greatness, and UCLA has thoroughly prepared us to make meaningful and extraordinary films, so now it's time to get out there and make something as good as The Godfather. I mean, that's an easy act to follow, right? Now, more than ever, it's imperative that we push back against hatred and intolerance with our art. That we write stories with... that we write stories with the intention of making change and not just making money. And that we fight for a more inclusive future for the entertainment industry. I have no doubt in my mind that the graduating class of 2023 will go on to do truly extraordinary things. I am so proud of each and every one of you, and congratulations for all that you have accomplished.
Thank you, Gigi. Beautiful, incredible speech. I'm now very pleased to introduce Sarah Louise Ensminger, the Department of Theater's valedictorian speaker for the class of 2023.
Thank you, Brian Kite. Graduates, faculty, and relief families. My name is Sarah Ensminger, and I'm the valedictorian for the theater class of 2023. It is an honor to speak to you all on this momentous occasion. As graduates, we are all on the threshold to achieve greatness. As many of us are here studying film and theater, I'm sure you are aware of the state of our industry. Things do not always look all that inviting. Difficulty finding paid work, fairness in hours and compensation, and the hoops we must jump through to make our name known. However, this is also an opportunity. As the next generation of storytellers, we get to mold the conditions we work in to be better paid, safer, and more inclusive. It is an extraordinary task, but we did not choose to get a degree in theater or film because we thought it was going to be effortless. And for those supporting us, I know it is not always easy to encourage a degree in the arts. Although for us, it is a calling that cannot be ignored. It feels as if there is no other path we can take. This is what we must do. I want to remind us, we are in a great spot. Each of us has just finished a degree at the #1 public university in the United States. Being a Bruin carries a certain name recognition worldwide. And wherever our dreams take us, we will always be supported by the incredible education we have received here. Looking towards the future, we have the opportunity to charge into the industry and change it for the better, making it into one that supports all kinds of storytelling. I am so excited to work with you all as we begin this next chapter of our lives. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sarah. Very nicely done. Now I'm very pleased that I get to introduce our esteemed commencement keynote speaker, Gina Prince Bythewood. An innovative and versatile storyteller, Gina has etched her name in cinematic history, masterfully weaving narratives that have reshaped our perspectives and amplified diverse voices. In September, Gina's extraordinary film, The Woman King, achieved a landmark success, landing at the top of the domestic box office and receiving a rare A+ cinema score. Gina was also an undergrad here. Did you get a lot of A+? Undergrad? Grad. Her craft not only resonates on the silver screen, but also in the expansive world of television, where she served as executive producer and director, and directed the pilot of ABC's limited series, Woman of the Movement, earning a coveted NAACP Image Award nomination for Outstanding Directing in a Drama Series. The cinematic canvas of The Woman King and Woman of the Movement are just a fraction of Gina's repertoire. She has astounded global audiences with her direction of The Old Guard, which landed among the top 10 most popular Netflix films of all time, making Gina the first Black female director on that list. Other influential works include Love and Basketball, The Secret Life of Bees, and Beyond the Lights. Gina's impressive portfolio extends beyond the screen. She's a trailblazer and an advocate. She dedicates her platform to uplift emerging writers and directors, fostering the growth of fresh talent, particularly here at her alma mater. And remarkably, her remarkable journey of transforming narratives and shattering glass ceilings is an inspiration to us all. As we gather to celebrate, we couldn't ask for a more accomplished and inspiring figure to guide us into our future. Honored guest, our 2023 commencement keynote speaker, Gina Prince Bythewood.
Thank you, Dean Kite, faculty, and the School of Theater, Film, and Television for having me. Honored and humbled. I want to give a shout out to my young son, who is a rising sophomore here at UCLA, Tucson. Thank you for being here. It truly does literally feel like I was just here in a cap and gown, like you guys, sitting, listening to commencement speakers, hoping that they didn't talk too long. So I will do my best to be the speaker I wish I had. So as long as I can remember, my parents put me into sports. I started with soccer. Back then, there weren't enough girls to fill the girls' league, so I had to play with boys. Not all of them were happy about that. I used to get kicked and pushed. Sometimes I would cry. But my parents sent me back out there to keep playing. When I was on the field, I was never told to slow down. No one ever said, don't be so aggressive. I was told to run faster, be more aggressive, play harder, go after it. So I did. Sports taught me indelible lessons that too few girls are taught. When I was on the court or the track or the field, my focus was to win, to be better than every other person out there. To do that, I had to believe that about myself, that I was the baddest chick on the court, on the track, on the field. Sports gave me swagger. In high school, I was one of the top sprinters and jumpers in my area. I did not lose. So my senior year, I'm at a big meet with a rival school. As I started warming up for my 200, this girl, who wasn't even one of my personal rivals, came up to me. She started running her mouth, telling me she was gonna beat me, that she was better than me, that I was gonna lose. At first I laughed it off, but she kept at it, literally followed me around the track, just jawing in my ear. Then I got pissed. So we finally get to the race. I'm in the blocks, and all I want to do is beat her ass. Excuse me. And we run, and she wins. I could not believe it. I stood there watching her jump up and down with her coach, like she just won the lotto, and I realized, damn, they planned this. This was their strategy, to get in my head, to make me question myself, to throw me off my game. After that loss, I circled our next meet on the calendar. I worked, I refocused, got my swagger back. Next time we face each other is the league championships. She tries it again, but this time I shut out her noise, stayed away from her, stayed in my swagger, and I beat her. And her cheering turned to tears. So I share this story not just to be petty, but because this is what the industry is like. But instead of just one person questioning you and your abilities, it's hundreds of people telling you you can't, you won't, or you're not good enough. But understand, the most important voice is your own. Why are you all here? Why did you push yourselves and spend all this money, or your parents' money, and sacrifice and stagger through all the all-nighters to make it through? You have the audacity to believe that your thoughts, your words, your performances are going to matter to millions of people, that you have a story only you can tell, that your voice deserves to be heard, and that someone should give you millions of dollars to do that? Hell yes. And you better hold on to that belief. You're going to need this swagger, this courage. Courage is not never being scared. Courage is being scared and doing it anyway, like me standing on the stage right now. I was rejected when I applied to UCLA Film School. It was devastating because I knew with certainty that this is all that I wanted to do. I went to the counselor, told him I wanted to appeal the decision, and he shut me down, said that wasn't possible. I went home, had a cry. Looking, any children? Okay, and then I just said, fuck it, and I wrote an impassioned letter to the head of the film school, Ruth Schwartz, telling her why they made a mistake. 2 days later, she called and said, I got your letter, and I'm gonna let you in. That swagger helped me overcome no. It literally changed the trajectory of my life, and it set the tone for my career. My first film, Love and Basketball, was incredibly personal, and it was passed on by every single studio. I had a list on my fridge, and every day I would hear from my agents and cross another studio off the list. It was soul-crushing to be told that my voice didn't matter, that my story wasn't worthy to be told. But it didn't dent the belief I had in myself. One of my favorite quotes is, fall 7 times, stand up 8. That is what swagger fuels, your fight to stay in it. 2 days after that last pass, the Sundance Institute called. They'd heard about the script, read it, and invited me to the writer and director's labs. It was amazing. I gave my all, and they chose my script for a public reading. Spike Lee's company was there, and that night they came aboard to produce. He got us a meeting with Mike DeLuca at New Line. I remember sitting outside of his office waiting to go in and pitch, and I was literally shaking. This has been a 2-year journey with this film. I'd never directed a film before. Why is he going to trust me with millions of dollars? This is the biggest moment of my life, and I feel like I'm gonna choke. Finally, I took a deep breath, told myself, just walk into the room like I walk on the court. Eyes up, smirk on my face, mad confident in my abilities. And I went in there, talked shit like I've been there before, and and I left the meeting with $14 million to make my first film. This industry is hard. It is really, really hard. Fear dominates. You guys are going to get hundreds of no's. It's easier for those with power and money to say no than yes, because no has no risks. So you believe and you fight and you overcome no, because you only need one yes. Now, when you get that yes, you better be ready for it. You need to outwork everybody. You need to have the stamina to see it through. And you have a vision, and protect your vision. Don't give in to notes that change it, that dilute your uniqueness, that push the familiar. Everything you do is going to be part of your legacy. So make sure at the end of the day, you believe everything up on that screen. I've made 6 films, and every one of them has been a tremendous fight. A fight to make it the right way, to finish with my vision attacked. One of my favorite moments in broadcast news, which is a brilliant film, Holly Hunter's character is told by her boss, "Oh, I get it. You're just absolutely right, and I'm just absolutely wrong. It must be nice to always think you know best, to think you're the smartest person in the room." And she answers, "No, it's awful." That has to be your mindset. We actually don't have to be the smartest, but we have to be the clearest about the vision. What we do is so powerful. Film can change perspectives, it can shift culture, it can change minds. Respect that power. Be about it. There's so much bullshit in the world. Don't add to it. What are the images you're putting into the world? What are the behaviors? What are you normalizing? What are you saying? There's a quote that drives me and my husband. Anybody can portray reality. An artist portrays what reality should be. So what do you want the world to look like? I don't use the N-word in my work. There's too much violence against us attached to it. I don't ever have my characters getting high for fun. If you grow up with an addict in your house, you know that there's nothing sexy and cinematic about an overdose. This doesn't make my work soft. I'm not sanitizing. I'm just seeing the world better. And you guys have the power to do that with your pen, with your camera, with your performances, and your choices. Another favorite quote, you can either leave something for people or you can leave something in people. I choose the latter. What will you guys choose? Congratulations to all of you, the class of 2023. Take everything that got you here today and keep building on that. That will be your armor. Believe in yourself, keep your swagger, and go make our world better. Thank you.
That was good, right? So next, I am thrilled to introduce and recognize our distinguished alumni honoree. So the thing is, they're both alumni, actually. I love that story. But Gina already won this award like 3 or 4 years ago. We not won, we gave her the award. So Rachel, you better start preparing your commencement speech at this point. This is how it goes. But this is great because she's someone who I have known many, many years. Scenic designer, Rachel Hauk. Rachel received her BA in theater from TFT in 1990. Renowned for her transformative work in Broadway's groundbreaking musical Hadestown, Rachel's creative vision brought to life the intertwining of 2 mythic tales. This spectacular achievement garnered her the coveted Tony Award. Cementing her position among the theater world's luminaries. She was also nominated for a Tony Award just this past weekend. So why not? for Good Night Oscar. And while I'm mentioning it, so was our professor, who's also on the stage for Best Lighting Design, nominated for a Tony Award, Lap Ji Chu, Professor Chu. Just a couple of Tony Award nominees. For Good Night Oscar, she earned not only a Jeff Award, but also a Tony Award nomination, as I mentioned. Beyond her Broadway success, her unwavering commitment to excellence has been recognized through a number of prestigious awards, including the Princess Grace Foundation Award, Princess Grace, a Lilly Award for Excellence in Set Design, and an Obie Award for Sustained Excellence. As an advocate for the power of design, Rachel co-founded the Design Action Collective, an organization that aims to make a significant impact through design. She also lends her expertise to the American Theater Wing as a guiding member of its advisory board, helping shape the future trajectory of American theater. We are honored to welcome her here today, not just as an accomplished professional, but as a cherished member of our alumni community. Please join me in welcoming our 2023 Distinguished Alumni Award recipient, Rachel Hauk.
Thank you, Dean Kite. It is delightful to call you Dean Kite. It's such a joy. I am so happy to be back at UCLA after all these years, and I'm especially honored to be recognized with the title Distinguished, though it's making me feel a wee old. I drove around the campus yesterday with my mom, who was here tonight. Right? It felt like I never left. My ties to this place are deep. I was really struck actually by how beautiful the campus is, which is something I took for granted by the time I graduated. I owe so much to this university for both the education I received and the relationships I built here. It's intense to be back in Royce Hall. This is where I first saw so many artists perform who deeply, deeply inspired me. I think it took me about 10 years to understand the full power of the education I received here. It took some time to discover which lessons I should fully embrace and which lessons I needed to walk away from to find my own way. And I must thank my family. They have been my backbone. I would not be here without them. I worked on my first play as a freshman in high school, and by the time I was a sophomore, I knew theater was going to be my life. My parents had been delighted that I was enjoying my extracurricular theater activities. But when they realized how serious I was about pursuing theater design as a career, they seemed somewhat shocked and slightly panicked. I am certain they were hopeful that while I was here getting my liberal arts education at this world-class university, I would come to my senses. But the thing is, I didn't decide that the arts were going to be my life. The arts grabbed me young, and they have just never let go. My family could see my passion, and they leaned in. They were along for the ride as I made the terrible plays before I started to make the slightly better plays. My parents and my sister have come to see more shows than anybody could reasonably expect, including some unbearable theater in some highly questionable venues. Even when the productions were incomprehensible, my family would say something nice, and then they would take me to dinner to make sure I was eating something. I recognize how lucky I am to have that kind of support. I'm so, so grateful to my parents and my sister. Thanks, Mom. So now I'm looking at you, right? The next generation. And while I've got the mic, I'm going to drop a couple thoughts your way. Here's my secret. I was a terrible, terrible student. Classrooms and books are not where I thrive, and I'm pretty sure I graduated by the skin of my teeth. Some things that I learned here I can point to very clearly. Some were longer, way less direct lessons. Every minute that I was forced to spend south of the sculpture garden felt like pure torture. But you guys, it turns out that those other classes became my foundation. This is where I learned to think and observe and write. Because if you can't observe the world, if you don't know how to educate yourself once you find your way, if you're not curious, what in the world will your work be about? My memory of graduation day is that it's completely thrilling and also totally terrifying. All the reasonable people have indeed chosen another route, and they are somewhere else on this campus today before they head off into the world. But here you are amongst a pack of artists. This life you have chosen is a singular journey of passion. The work ahead is indeed work. It is very hard and incredibly vulnerable and weirdly terrifying. You will need a few things to be able to do it well. You must be driven, you must be passionate, you will need an ego that is substantial enough to know your voice matters, but you must be egoless enough to listen, because listening matters more. Be fearless in your exploration of the world, put yourself squarely outside your comfort zone, discover humanity in all of its messiness, develop a practice of generosity. As storytellers, you must be brutally honest. There's no point in making the work if you're not. I'm going to give you one more insider tip. You will always feel like a fraud. Like you fooled everyone into believing you're an artist, but today is the day you're going to be found out. You will feel like this for your entire career. I am so sorry. When this happens to you again, and I say again because I feel certain it has happened to you already, please remember my voice telling you, you are not a fraud, you are an artist, your story matters, yours are the voices we need to hear. Remember these things, the things that frighten you most are the things you must do. I often think of an article I read somewhere, Stephen Sondheim talking about the great Leonard Bernstein. He said Bernstein was never afraid of scrambling up to the top of a very tall artistic ladder for fear of falling off the top rung. If you fall off the top rung, you fall off the top rung. There is no point in falling off the bottom rung. So, climb up to the very top and take a leap. Don't wait till you're ready and it feels safe. You will never be ready. It will never feel safe. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for bestowing this profound honor on me. I'm honored to meet you. Congratulations.
I'm not one for let's give another round of applause. That always kind of annoys me. But Gina and Rachel, thank you both. Before we celebrate the achievements and successes of our graduates, we must acknowledge our distinguished faculty. They are renowned international scholars and professionals in theater, film, television, animation, and digital media. I want to take this opportunity to thank them for their efforts and commitment throughout the year. This faculty has contributed much to UCLA and to the success of our graduates. Would the faculty please rise so we may acknowledge your incredible work and unwavering commitment to our students. Okay, warning to those in the tech booth. I'm going off script. Also warning. Sorry. We have some retirements this year, and I just want to mention them while we're here. So one is someone who has been a part of our musical theater and voice teaching program for many, many years. She's here with us today. I want to acknowledge Professor Linda Kearns, who's here. Linda. was happening. This one is a tough one because this professor has been here at UCLA 44 years. So that means Rachel and I had this professor in class, for sure. And for me, he's always been the professor. I had him as a professor when I was an undergrad. He was a mentor to me in grad school and in my career. And I am so thrilled to be able to honor at his maybe he'll be back, but at his last official commencement as a full faculty member, the very great and legendary Professor Michael Hackett. Did you think he was going to take out a drum? Somehow he withheld. While the Master of Fine Arts is the highest professional degree granted, the Doctor of Philosophy is the highest of all academic degrees. Those who have earned the prestigious PhD symbolize the best traditions and goals of higher education. In 1964, UCLA established the PhD degree in the field of theater arts, which included film and television. Our school offers two separate PhD degrees, one in theater and performance studies and one in film, television, and digital media. Today we are lucky enough to confer one of those degrees. I would now like to invite my colleague, Professor J. Ed Ariza, Chair of the Department of Theater, to join Sean Metzger, Associate Dean. Is our candidate here? Yes, we have one candidate. Clara, was she here? Okay, yes. As your name is called, please step forward for the traditional doctoral hooding, and then please be seated with your scholarly colleagues here on stage.
Clara Margaret Wilch. Dissertation title, Arctic Icescapes, Negotiating Climate Change Through Performance Practices.
You all can come and sit up here after you shake hands. No. You got to do all that work. Our academic regalia, including our gowns, caps, and doctoral hoods, the academic procession with its prescribed order of march, and our task of conferring degrees to signify the highest levels of scholarship, all of these traditions echo and go back to where they were born at the very earliest university of medieval times. Not unlike today's universities, the medieval institutions were meeting places of students and those drawn together by a common desire for learning. And doctor, like professor, originally meant no more than teacher, and all of these terms were synonymous. Way to go, doctor. You did it. We wish to congratulate the outstanding graduates identified in your program as receiving Latin honors for their high academic achievement while at UCLA. These students are wearing the gold fourragères on their shoulders and have earned the cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude distinctions. Will you please all stand now and be recognized? This is where stuff happens. We will now announce the names of each of our students receiving graduate degrees. Beginning with the Master of Fine Arts and Master of Arts degrees, will Associate Professor Ellen Scott from the Department of Film, Television, and Digital Media Join me as the candidates for the Master of Fine Arts and Master of Arts degrees in Film, Television, and Digital Media are read.
Cassandra Lee Moore. Hamoon Dolat Shahi. Si Yao Lu. Balja Elif Sagmanli. Christopher Heckman. Jinsui Song. Reem Jubran. Jamil Edie. Sarah Nixon. Benjamin Caleb Howard. Wei Shen. Jiawan Han. Rhonda Magda Ali. Indira Satyanarayan Somani. Giovanna Eva Molina. Danielle Hensley Cricky. Alexandra Tima. Joseph Ramsey Hodali. John Santana. Isabella Perron de Marte. Gabriella Wilkes. Shelby Holloman. Raquel Alicia Hagman. New Win. Aaron Mount Lemley. Justin Garza. Chi Ching Tsieng. Kayla Joy Keener. Cheyenne Woodward. Ashton William Kelman Holmes. Tyler Camo. Forzan Safari. Taylor Gothi. Rachel Elizabeth Cooley. Jessica Aswelime. Xianying Ji. Will Professor J.Ed Ariza, Chair of the Department of Theater, please join Dean Kite as the names of the candidates for the Master of Fine Arts in the Department of Theater are read. Sophia Weltman. Stacy Mize. Yilin Zhao. Benedict Conrad. David Mendez Matu. Yasamin Saribipor. Amy Beth Higdon. Malik Cisse. Candidates for the Master of Fine Arts and Master of Arts degrees, please rise and remain standing as Dean Kite confers the degrees.
Candidates from the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television. By choosing to perfect your abilities in the arts, you have demonstrated the sine qua non of the artist and the educated person. That is, a strong belief in yourselves and the courage to remain bold, original, and fearless in your creative and scholarly works. You have made your university proud. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I am honored to confer upon you your respective master's degrees with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Candidates for the master's degrees, please be seated.
We shall now confer the Bachelor of Arts degrees. Will Associate Dean Sean Metzger join me as the names of the candidates for the bachelor's degree in film, television, and digital media are read?
Gigi Copeland. Emmett Abrams. Masu McLemore. Shaylin Dawkins. Lei Chow. Charlotte Oxley. Danielle Isabel Ramirez. Daniele Isabel Ramirez. Natalia Trejo Box. Charlie Rose Stipe. Isabel Cristina Spooner Martinez. Xiomara Novo. Eve Robachek. Santana Aguide. Kenneth Beckford. Solomon Chang. Sruchi Patel. Azalea Escalera. Paulina Penez. Natalia Delgado. Dady J. Chacon Perez. Jawan Ali. Aldo Isaac Schwartz. Mark Thoreau Danjin. Ying Su Yang. Oscar Flores. Danielle Hides. Sergio Vasquez Mora. Jason Jung. Pan Lu Bing. It's me, Brian. Will Professor J. Ed Ariza, Chair of the Department of Theater, please join Dean Kite again as the names of the candidates for bachelor degree in theater are read. Sarah Louise Ensminger. Sabrina May Harris. Elian Akpenyi. Annabella New Win. Isabel Diamond. Delman. Anthony K. Crean. Frank J. Velasquez. Margaret Ellen Owens. Nicholas Castro Uano. Zoe Chavez. Annie Cheng. Shoshi Emmett Brewston. Annalise Eileen Rowe. Anthony Reed. Magenta Rose Brown. Himmel McCarthy. Michael Van Zant. Graham C. King. Blair Battle. Victoria Tron. Bridget Burkhalter. Jessica Marie Yang. Reina Bargava. Molly Irwin. Sophie Nenninger. Scott Warren Thompson II. Xavier Andre Brown. Lucy Parks Urbano. Liam Duria. Gil Weissman. Aaliyah Banks. Mira Puranick. Giovanna Alyssa Louise Blakey. Sofia Franca Gonzalez. Claire Elise McGinnis. Sage Anna Kaufman. Justin Michael Kelly Cahill. Emily Ferris Moore. Adriana Kim Sisconi. Joy Gong. Chen Fei Liu. Jin Yi Chen. Andrew Patrick Luff. Tiffany Yuan Chi To. Virginia E. Trent. Wyatt Larrabee. Marley Breen Tierney. Franca Rosenblatt. Lauren Stevens. Ian Gibson. Anthony Makoa Voss. Marisa Moenyo. Melissa Noel Raymondelli. Cole Sisser. Ava Litchfield. Kara Rose Grasso. Alexander Theodore Ambrose. James Joseph Morris. Ryan KJ Antoine. Paravi Dawes. Tobias Tomas Echeverria. Ethan James Chen. Zoe Chinuade Shingo.
I like when the organist does a big flourish after the last person. Organ, flourish. You saving it? You want to do a big? We can wait. Oh, there, thank you. Totally natural. Candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degrees from the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television, please rise. Throughout history, individuals engaged in artistic pursuits have inspired and moved us by expressing themselves with stories and ideas that challenged our view of ourselves and our world. But that's precisely why you are so important to us. Malala Yousafzai once said, "One child, one teacher, one book, one pen can change the world." And you, as artists and scholars, must get those stories out. And perhaps even more importantly, you must focus your attention on the stories told to you, to not only make sense of our lives and the world around us, but to fill our souls with insights, imagination, and wisdom. You are the ones who will enlighten, engage, and inspire change for a better world. We look forward with eagerness to your significant achievements, no matter what path your lives take. Now, academic tradition dictates that a student who has not yet earned the bachelor's degree wears the tassel on the right side of their mortarboard. Checking it, checking it. Upon the degree being conferred, the tassel is moved to the left. By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Regents of the University of California, I am honored to confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts degree with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Now please join the select company of UCLA graduates by moving your tassel to the left. Congratulations.
Bachelor degree graduates, please be seated.
I'd like to take a moment to recognize the hard-working TFT staff. They are committed to making TFT an exceptional place for our students by keeping TFT running and operating, especially during these past few years. I'd like all our staff, if they are here or in the wings, to please stand up, and will you all help me acknowledge the incredible staff in attendance this afternoon. None of us accomplishes our goals without the support of many individuals. Let's take time to recognize some of those who have helped along the way. First, I would like the grandparents of all of our graduates to stand up and let us express our appreciation. Grandparents. About the brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, go ahead and stand up for us. Now, wives, husbands, significant others, and children who are here today, go ahead and stand right up. How about our aunts, uncles, and cousins? Aunts, uncles, and cousins, go ahead and stand right up. Super important, let's not forget the friends who are here today supporting our group. The friends, go ahead and stand up. Well, I guess that's it. Oh, wait. How about the parents and guardians? Go ahead and stand up right now. Graduates, please take just one more moment to thank everyone who has worked so hard and sacrificed so much to make today possible. Thank you. Well, at this time in our proceedings, I'd like to present a few of the newest members of the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television alumni family. Please welcome our senior musical theater students.
Recommend biting off more than you can chew to anyone. I certainly agree.
I recommend sticking your foot in your mouth at any time.
Feel free. Throw it down. Caution blocks you from the wind. Hold it up to the rain. You wait and see when the smoke clears. You live, you learn, you love, you learn, you cry, you learn, you lose.
is one of my favorite parts of the ceremony because everyone usually gets a quizzical look like, wait, what? Honored guests, please stand and join us in the singing of the alma mater. Did you know we had an alma mater? We do, and the words are on the back of your program. So everybody, go ahead, stand up. You'll see the words there, and leading us will be Maisie Voss. Maisie.
Mighty sea below, hail to our alma mater, she will conquer every foe, for we're loyal to the Southland. Written in 1929, all hail to the hills of Westwood. What does that mean? What are the hills of Westwood? I think they mean the hills like over, the hills of Bel Air. I think that's what we're looking at. Please be seated. Thank you to all our amazing performers today. Absolutely incredible work by our musical theater students. Also, a special thank you to Christoph Bull, our incredible organist today. How about that? Thank you so much. And also a very, very special thank you to our American Sign Language interpreters, Jairus Wright and Jonathan Gomez. Well, we did it. Today we've celebrated an incredibly important passage, the passage of our graduates to the real world and the exciting journey that lies ahead. I'd like to invite you all to a reception honoring our graduates in Coral Tree Walk, which is just south of McGowan Hall, immediately following the ceremony. On behalf of my colleagues in the UCLA School of Theater, Film, and Television, please accept our heartiest congratulations. Best wishes for your future endeavors. Way to go, class of 2023, and go Bruins.